The Wall Street Journal reports that Gulf states like Saudi Arabia are now leaning towards joining the fight against Iran. KT McFarland joining me now. KT, why now? Why didn't they come into this much earlier?
You know, this is one of the most underreported and undernoticed stories about the whole Iran war. Historically, those Gulf Arab countries have refused to really criticize Iran. They say privately, they say, oh, America, go get them, we don't like them. But publicly, they've refused to because they don't want to look like they're going against a fellow Muslim country. But Iran made the most huge miscalculation because early on in the war, what did they do? They sent missiles down on these countries, on the Gulf Arab countries. And they didn't go to military sites, they went to hotels. I mean, Dubai hotels. So what happened is that all these Gulf Arab countries have said, okay, we are now criticizing Iran and we are joining the fight. The last one you want to see join the fight is Saudi Arabia, which apparently is very close to making that decision to join the fight. And if you had said to somebody a year ago, oh, the Gulf Arab countries are going to be fighting with the United States and Israel against Iran, nobody would have believed you. But that's how far this whole Iran war has sort of changed the constellation in the Middle East.
But when you say joining the fight, Saudi Arabia might join the fight, how? I mean, have they got a lot of planes, bombers, and all that stuff to go and attack Iran directly?
They've all invested. They all invested very heavily in American military equipment, particularly aircraft, bombers, fighters. They have it. The other way they have already joined the fight, most of them, is they let America overfly them. They use American bases. This didn't happen 5-10 years ago. The United States couldn't overfly some of these countries if there was a conflict. So the question is, how much more offensive do they get? And all of it is just Iran's fault. What a massive miscalculation. Iran thought if they bombed the civilian sites in these countries, that these countries would be so upset, they would pressure America to hurry up and get out, stop the war. The same way that Iran, they're going to go down, exactly.
It's the other way around. The White House considers the Speaker of Iran's parliament what they call a hot option, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf. They see him as a potential U.S.-backed leader. Do you know who this guy is? Do you know anything about him?
Well, he's had a background in the IRGC, which is their military, but it's their defense industrial complex as well. And he's now got a parliamentary position. You know, some people say he can't be trusted. Look where he comes from. Other people say, hey, he's the best bet. He's probably in a good position to negotiate. We're talking unofficially to a lot of people in Iran at the second-tier level. If you'll notice that of the people that we've killed, we've left a few of them around. And so those are maybe the people that we've already predetermined, or Mossad has predetermined, are potentially people we could work with. President Trump keeps saying, and he said again last night, that he wants a Venezuelan model. In other words, we're not going to go in with boots on the ground. We don't want an occupation. We don't want to run the place. We don't necessarily want regime change. We want a changed regime. In other words, whoever is running the place is working with the United States to keep open the strait, to stop the nukes, to stop the missile program, to stop the proxy wars. And if it's not going to be this man, the parliamentary president, maybe it'll be somebody else down on the list.
Down on the list. All right. Last one for you. The USS Gerald R, the aircraft carrier, it has left the Middle East. There's only one carrier left in the region. What does that tell you?
You know, don't make too much about this. So the Gerald R, the aircraft carrier, which, by the way, President Trump commissioned it, and it was at the commissioning ceremony. I was there with him on the deck. This is an aircraft carrier that's been at sea for 9-10 months. It's way too long. They need to go somewhere. They're going to Crete. They need to be refitted. They need to have some minor repairs done. But they also need to get those guys off the ship and get some fresh air. In addition, though, another aircraft carrier is on its way to the region, the USS Bush. But more importantly than that is that there are two vessels that are coming that are bringing Marines. That USS Tripoli and that's going to give them options in the region. They start arriving on Friday, and that'll give the United States options. If it's not boots on the ground, this is not an invasion, not an occupation, but if they need to take Kharg Island, for example, this would be how they would do it.
It's fascinating. KT McFarland, thanks for informing us so well. We appreciate it. We'll see you again soon. Thanks.